Robin Hood and the Wicked Prince. A long time ago, England was ruled by a greedy and wicked prince named Prince John. While his noble brother, King Richard, was away fighting in the Crusades, Prince John took advantage of the people, imposing heavy taxes on them. He ordered the Sheriff of Nottingham to collect every last coin, leaving many people poor and helpless. Some were forced to become outlaws, and among them were two of the most famous, Robin Hood and Little John. They made it their mission to steal the unjustly collected tax money from the sheriff and return it to the poor. One day, Prince John was traveling through Sherwood Forest, completely unaware that Robin Hood and Little John were watching him from the trees. He was too busy counting his gold and boasting to his sly counselor, Sir Hiss. "Life is wonderful since my dear brother left. He was too kind to the people, but now I get to keep all this lovely gold for myself," he sneered. Robin Hood turned to Little John with a mischievous grin. "Look at all that gold. Let's pay Prince John a little visit." Dressed as fortune-telling ladies, Robin Hood and Little John stood by the roadside, waiting for the prince's carriage to pass. Curious about his future, Prince John ordered the carriage to stop. As Robin Hood read the prince's fortune, he skillfully slipped the royal rings off his fingers, while Little John helped himself to the gold. By the time the two outlaws made their escape, Prince John had no idea he had been robbed. Meanwhile, in Nottingham, the heartless sheriff was busy collecting taxes. He even took a small coin that Mrs. Bunny had given her son Skippy for his birthday. Robin Hood couldn't bear to see the little rabbit sad, so he gave him a bow, an arrow, and his own big hat as a gift. Excited to try out his new bow, Skippy shot an arrow, but it flew over the castle wall. On the other side, the arrow landed near Maid Marian and her lady-in-waiting, Lady Cluck. Although Maid Marian was related to Prince John, she had always been fond of Robin Hood. Long ago, they had been childhood sweethearts. One day, Friar Tuck arrived in Sherwood Forest with some exciting news. Prince John is holding an archery tournament tomorrow, and the prize is a kiss from Maid Marian. Everyone knew that Robin Hood was the finest archer in all of England. Determined to win, Robin Hood and Little John arrived at the tournament disguised as a tall stork and a noble duke. As the competition went on, only the disguised Robin Hood and the Sheriff of Nottingham remained. Even though the sheriff tried to cheat by moving the target, Robin made an incredible shot and won. When he stepped forward to claim his prize, Prince John saw through his disguise. "Seize him at once," he shouted. The guards rushed in to capture Robin, but before they could, Little John grabbed Prince John and held a dagger to his back. "Let him go, or else," he warned. A fierce battle erupted. Swords clashed, arrows flew, and chaos spread across the tournament grounds. Robin fought bravely, rescuing Maid Marian just in time before they escaped into Sherwood Forest. That night, the people of Nottingham sang a mocking song about Prince John, and it spread throughout the land. Furious, Prince John doubled the taxes. But the people had no money left to pay, so the prisons overflowed with innocent villagers. The sheriff even stole from the church, arresting Friar Tuck when he protested. Hearing that Friar Tuck was in jail, Prince John saw an opportunity. "We will hang the friar tomorrow morning. Robin Hood will come to rescue him, and we'll finally capture him," he planned. But Robin Hood was always one step ahead. Disguised as a guard, he and Little John climbed the castle walls under the cover of darkness. Carefully, they stole the jail keys from the sleeping sheriff and freed all the prisoners. Cheers of joy echoed through the castle. Meanwhile, Robin Hood snuck into Prince John's bedroom where the stolen gold was stored. He tied the heavy sacks of gold to a rope that connected the bedroom to the jail. One by one, the gold bags slid across the rope, reaching the freed prisoners. Just as the last sack was about to leave, Prince John awoke with a scream. "My gold! My beautiful gold!" He leaped out of bed in a frenzy. Alarms rang through the castle. Guards flooded the courtyard, arrows rained down, and chaos spread once more. As Robin Hood made his final escape, he dove into the moat. For a moment, he disappeared beneath the water, and Prince John cheered, believing him to be dead. But suddenly, Robin Hood resurfaced, alive and well. Little John let out a loud laugh, embracing his friend in relief. Not long after, good King Richard returned from the Crusades and reclaimed his rightful place on the throne. Justice was restored, and Prince John and the Sheriff of Nottingham were punished for their crimes. peace and happiness returned to the land. And in the midst of all the joy, Robin Hood and Maid Marian were married. The entire kingdom celebrated their love, and their friends gathered to wish them happiness. Robin Hood, the hero of the people, had won once again,